Hi, RushRecap here. Today I'm going to explain a movie called Jackpot. Spoilers ahead, watch out and take care. During the Great Depression of 2026, both the new government and the public are so desperate for money that the California Grand Lottery is launched. If someone kills the winner before sundown, they get to legally take their jackpot. The only rule is not to use bullets in LA in 2030. Sean's just won the lottery, so now he's running away from a huge crowd that wants to kill him. Sean doesn't hesitate to fight them all quickly, bringing them down before escaping by jumping over a fence. Afterward, Sean breaks into a home through the window and finds a grandmother, so he immediately takes her phone and destroys it. Outside, a drone is keeping track of everything. Sean takes a moment to regain his breath, and the lady takes out a Grand Lottery bolt gun to kill him on the spot. Then the lady breaks her ticket to summon the lottery team, who breaks down the door and confirms the winner is dead. She's given a huge check for $22 million and appears on TV. A month later, Katie arrives in LA to restart her acting career. On the bus, she keeps staring at a little Oscar keychain, which appears to be a memento. There's a little girl nearby, so she makes faces to make her laugh. However, the kid's father keeps mocking her daughter over the phone. Katie moves to his side and pretends to be a cop, threatening him to take him to social services if he doesn't behave. The man starts being nicer to his daughter, while an old lady comes closer to thank Katie for her services. However, when the lady leaves, Katie realizes she stole her watch on a sign. Katie sees an ad for Lewis Protection Agency and wishes she had bodyguards like that. During the ride, she notices how everyone on the streets is tense or violent, usually both. In the meantime, the media can't stop talking about the next lottery drawing, which is happening in 18 hours. Ticket sales have broken new records, and the next jackpot is for $3.6 billion. At his home, Noel gets his weapons ready while singing the Ninja Turtle song. Eventually, Katie makes it to the room she rented on the internet and immediately notices her new roommate Shoddy. He lied about the state of the place, which is terrible. Shoddy himself is pretty annoying too. There are pictures of him in Katie's room. He makes tasteless jokes and ignores his very supportive mother's calls. He also has an obnoxious girlfriend named DJ, who slaps Katie as a so-called prank when he hands her the house keys. The next day, Noel's ad appears on TV, offering his bodyguard services to whoever wins the lottery. When Katie wakes up, she's horrified to discover the upstairs bathroom has been leaking through the roof and has ruined her clothes. She calls Shoddy to complain since she has an audition in a few hours, but Shoddy's only way of helping is renting her clothes. Katie has no choice but to start spending her savings on an awful outfit and taking a cab because she's late. The driver keeps making inappropriate comments and chats about celebrity gossip, mentioning that the famous rapper Machine Gun Kelly has his own bunker. When Katie makes it to the place, an employee charges her $400 to participate. Her audition finally begins, and she explains she was in many TV ads as a kid, but she had to pause her career to take care of her sick mom. After her mother died, Katie decided to try acting again. She reaches into her pockets for her monologue notes and finds Shoddy's lottery ticket, which activates when Katie accidentally puts her thumbprint on it. It takes her picture and officially registers her as a player. Katie quickly puts it away and tries to act. However, she's immediately disliked and kicked out in the quarter. The other actresses try to be supportive. Suddenly, all their lottery tickets activate, announcing that Katie has won and even showing her face. The actresses immediately change their attitude and attack Katie with any object they can reach, although some of them have knives ready. Even the workers join the fight. Katie defends herself thanks to her stage fighting classes and dodges a flying shoe before taking the stairs, not understanding what's going on the next floor. Katie manages to hide in a room while the actresses run off. However, she's entered a self-defense class and these people are ready to kill her too. They keep calling her my jackpot as they attack, and Katie runs around, dodging their moves or causing them to hit each other. She tries asking what's happening, but they ignore anything she has to say. While some of the people are fighting each other, Katie is punched and grabbed by her ankles. The guy whirls her around and throws her through a wall, making her land in a yoga class. With more people ready to kill, the self-defense guys cross over too, and chaos takes over the room where blood is starting to get spilled. When a man grabs Katie by the neck, Noelle suddenly bursts through the ceiling and saves her by throwing the guy at the wall. Then Noelle announces Katie gets 5 free saves, but afterward, his protection costs 10% of the prize as he counts all the people he keeps bringing down and reaches the end of the freebies. Katie has no choice but to sign his contract. Now he starts fighting people for real, even using Katie as a weapon to kick them off. He also ties her to his back to keep her safe, and uses a belt as a whip to attack from afar. Once all the opponents are down, Katie frees herself and takes Noelle's paralysis dart gun. After easily taking it back, Noelle makes sure to put the unconscious bodies in the right position so they won't choke on their tongues. He explains that the lottery drone, which is already outside, posts the winner's location every 14 minutes, so they must get going as they run out of the building. Noelle points out that the rules don't allow the other players to kill each other. The people at the food truck throw a knife at her, and Noelle helps her dodge it before they get in his car to escape. As the duo drives through town, people nearby receive an alert of her location and prepare to join the fight. The ice cream truck abandons the kids, and even the lady from the bus already has a grand lottery bolt gun back to Noelle. He finishes explaining to Katie how the lottery works and is surprised she didn't know. Katie points out she and her mom would only watch movies and baking shows, but never the news because they were depressing. Soon the car is being chased by people on bikes and ATVs, so Noelle brings out helmets for both of them before speeding up. A Molotov bomb is thrown on top of the car and the roof catches on fire, but Noelle keeps on driving and enters an old warehouse. As the wind puts the flames out, suddenly, he turns the car around and a biker crashes against it, but then he has to keep driving through the warehouse to avoid the other bikers who start a new fire. Katie wants to quit the game, but the only way to do so is to leave the city. Noelle shoots a guy with his dart to bring him down. Then he drives in circles as more enemies throw various objects at them. This creates a lot of dust that allows the duo to escape by pushing the car out without making noise, and the bikers don't notice until the next Molotov falls on the ground. Katie keeps insisting she wants to quit, so Noelle agrees to take her to the closest quit line. At that moment, the bikers find them and the chase starts again. An enemy jumps into the car through the back window and Katie steals her knife while Noelle gets his darts out. However, the woman bites his arm. Noelle gets the mirror and hits her with it before asking Katie to drive, ignoring her, saying she can't. Then Noelle moves on to the back seat to continue the fight, putting an extra helmet on his opponent before kicking her out of the car. The bikers throw another Molotov at them, and Noelle forces Katie to drive through a wall to escape. They stop a car and a biker crashes while trying to dodge it, while Katie knocks out the other one with her helmet. The duo tries to leave, however, the car barely moves before it breaks down because of all the damage. Katie comes out and tries running away, however, Noelle stops her. He explains he gets no money if she quits, but still wants to help her because they must treat people the way they want to be treated. Suddenly Katie throws sand at his face and manages to punch him, so Noelle has to crack his nose back into place. At that moment, a police car appears and Katie goes to the cops for help. However, the officers want to kill her too. Noelle catches their taser just in time and starts fighting them while Katie runs away. On the street, Katie hides her face behind a map while the crowd notices the drone nearby and starts searching for her. She goes into the wax museum and is surprised to hear the guard is anti-lottery, so he lets her hide among the statues. Then Katie calls Shoddy and requests to borrow her car. Shoddy keeps asking Katie where she is, causing Katie to realize Shoddy is playing too. At that moment, a statue welcomes Katie to the museum, giving away her location. Afterward, Shoddy and DJ try to enter the museum, but the guard reminds them they're banned because they did the dirty with a statue. Shoddy punches him to knock him out and the couple rushes inside. Katie hears them and hides behind a statue. However, when she tries to sneak out, she's seen. DJ immediately pushes her on top of a desk, and Katie throws a bottle at Shoddy's head before tossing sand at DJ's face to get him off her. Then the couple teams up to fight Katie, who defends herself with a statue staff. When there's an opening, she tries to run. Katie sprints through the museum, but Shoddy and DJ quickly recover and chase after her. The echo of their footsteps bounces off the wax figures, creating an eerie atmosphere. Katie zigzags between the statues, hoping to lose them in the maze of frozen celebrities. She spots an exit sign and makes a dash for it, but Shoddy grabs her by the arm, yanking her back. Katie stumbles and falls, knocking over a statue of Elvis Presley, which crashes to the floor, shattering into pieces. DJ lunges at her, but Katie rolls out of the way just in time, causing DJ to slam into a wax figure of Marilyn Monroe. Katie quickly scrambles to her feet and grabs a nearby fire extinguisher. As DJ rushes her again, Katie sprays her in the face, temporarily blinding her. She then swings the extinguisher at Shoddy, hitting him square in the chest and sending him crashing into a display case. Katie uses the momentary distraction to make a break for the exit. She bursts through the door and finds herself in a dimly lit alleyway. The sounds of the city are all around her, but the street seems oddly deserted. She takes a moment to catch her breath, but she knows she can't stay still for long. The drone will soon reveal her location again. She looks around and spots a fire escape ladder. Without hesitation, she climbs up, hoping to find a safer place to hide. As she reaches the rooftop, she sees Noel standing there, waiting for her. His nose is still bleeding from where she punched him, but he seems more amused than angry. "Nice moves back there," Noel says, wiping the blood off his face. "You might actually survive this." Katie glares at him, still holding the fire extinguisher. "Why are you doing this? Why are you helping me?" Noel shrugs. "It's my job. And besides, you remind me of someone." Katie doesn't have time to process his cryptic comment. The sound of helicopters fills the air, and she realizes the drone has likely called in more reinforcements. Noel pulls out a map and quickly scans it. "We need to keep moving. There's a safe house not far from here. We can regroup there." Katie hesitates, but she knows she doesn't have much choice. "Fine. But after this, I'm out. I don't care about the money." Noel nods. "We'll see about that." The two of them make their way across the rooftops, avoiding the spotlights from the helicopters above. As they move, Katie can't shake the feeling that something bigger is at play, something she's not yet aware of. But for now, all she can focus on is surviving the night. They eventually reach the safe house, a rundown apartment building that looks abandoned. Noel leads Katie inside, where they find a small group of people huddled around a table, listening to a radio. They all turn to look at Katie as she enters, their expressions a mix of curiosity and wariness. Noel introduces them as fellow survivors, people who have managed to outsmart the lottery system for years. They offer Katie a seat and a glass of water, which she gratefully accepts. As she drinks, she listens to the radio broadcast, which is filled with news about the latest lottery winners and the escalating violence in the city. One of the survivors, a woman named Lucy, explains the harsh reality of the lottery. "It's not just about money anymore. It's about control. The government uses the lottery to keep people in line, to distract them from what's really going on." Katie listens, her mind racing. She realizes that her accidental participation in the lottery has thrust her into a world far more dangerous and complex than she could have ever imagined. As the group continues to talk, Katie begins to form a plan. She may not care about the money, but if she can outlast this nightmare, she might be able to expose the truth behind the lottery and bring down the corrupt system that has turned the city into a war zone. But first, she has to survive.